Alrighty, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be going over the playstyles for Dragon Ball Sparking. Now, by the time I upload this, we got 3 or 4 days away. You hear that? We're on the edge, folks. We're almost there. But this is probably my last long form video until the game drops. But I just want to do a little bit, one last prediction, basically, and see what type of playstyles we're getting. Let's see if we can guess if any of them are going to be broken, if anything's going to be meta, or just overall which ones are going to be good to use. So starting off, this tells us we're going to have a different type of characters, which I think is pretty cool. I think the game was going to let us know that each character or playstyle is going to be uniquely different. I thought they're going to be like, you know what, you find out on yourself and have someone else categorize it, but they're doing it for us, which I think is dope. Right here, reading, you can enjoy different playstyles in Dragon Ball Sparking, depending on the strength and fighting habits of the characters in the original series. Their style is affected by the statistics, size, and character forms. So let's have a look at those different categories. Starting off, we got strength, which is pretty cool because in my prediction video, when I thought who was going to be one of the most strongest characters, Jiren looked like he was doing a little bit of damage. It's cool that we're getting clarification. Reading by, but let's delve into what they mean by the strength characters. These characters base most of their gameplay around their heavy strike and powerful blast. Although they may be slower, their raw power will compensate as they will deal high damage to their opponent. Some of these characters are so strength oriented that some may not even stagger from ki blasts and smash attacks. That already sounds great. That already sounds wonderful to deal with. Based on their statistics, these characters can have 2 types of specializations: melee and the blast. Melee and blast. The first one will enhance the damage dealt with rush combos and close combat, while the second implies that the character can rely on blasts, attacks, and ki blasts to inflict damage. Now I'm wondering, do they mean like they're just ki blasts are just gonna do more damage? And when they say rely, does that mean like they don't really have to get up close, they just do heavier ki blast attacks? Now that is a little worrisome, but I'm not too worried. I also wonder if they're gonna like have these stats for us to like know, like is it gonna say under the character selection like this is a strength type character? They should. If they're putting it in these play styles or breaking it down to us, they should have it like these titles under these characters. Moving on, we got speed. Let's see what it says for the speed category. On the opposite end, some characters base their attack strategy on their swiftness, which they use for long-lasting assaults, which are hard to interrupt. Sorry for my cats in the background. Even if some of their strikes are lighter, your opponent will have trouble trying to catch up to you as you move quickly all over the map and deliver combos with stunning speed. Escaping from rush combos and characters that rely on speed will be tougher for the opponent compared to characters not fighting in this category. Interesting. So am I guessing like they're going to be doing some hit and run tactics? I know there's a movement tech where any character can use it to like basically appear behind their character. So will they just have a better time doing so? Or like, oh, you know, how is this going to play out? But honestly, if I'm predicting, I don't think speed category is going to be too much of like a high advantage compared to the other categories we're about to see. I don't think the speed playstyle is going to be like annoying. Honestly, it might probably be the most balanced one. Now moving on to the category I'm most worried about. In my prediction video, I said I don't know which version of Vegeta it's going to be, but Vegeta is often known in the Dragon Ball series for having a ki blast oriented playstyle, especially integrated into his combos. And you can see it right here. They're already showing us what it's looking like. Oh my god! But let me read into it. Ki blast. There are some characters who are master of ki blast, excelling in a fighting style that they can maintain control while keeping the opponent at a distance. Zoning. That's what I'm hearing. Zoning. They have the ability to fire multiple consecutive ki blasts while consuming the minimal energy, so they have less energy. Okay. Vegeta is a good example, who is known for his power, rapid ki blast attacks. Other characters include Goku, who can unleash the iconic Kamehameha, and Frieza, who possesses the precise death beam. So Frieza might be in this list too. That's cool. So what I'm hearing is not only is he going to be good at ki blast, he'll consume less energy from using it and be able to spam. This just sounds like a zoning spamming character is waiting to happen. Now, depending on how the ki blasts act, I saw in some of the gameplay that some of the ki blasts look like it staggers you. I really hope this isn't a problem. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but it's one of my biggest worries going into the game. All right, what other stuff? Yep, giant characters. Let's see what they got to say. Given their impressive size, these characters are much slower than others, but they strike more powerful blows. Okay, that will stagger and send your opponents to fly away. Nice. On top of that, they're numb to the throw and some blast attacks, so throws don't work. Okay, that's gonna be pretty cool. Nice little advantage. You can take advantage of their size and overwhelming presence on the map to hit your opponent with a wider hit range, so bigger hitbox. Their impressive size and power come at expense, sometimes having trouble hitting smaller opponents, which may evade their assault more easily. Okay, so this is more so a wait and see type of thing, right? Because they say it's gonna have harder times hitting smaller opponents, but they're also saying we have like a easier range at hitting them. It's gonna have to play out. Like, there are some cool giant characters I do want to see or try out, but they can be either a huge hit or miss. All right, moving over to the android category, probably one of the more interesting ones. So androids are artificial humans that do not necessarily possess ki. In fact, they cannot charge their ki gauge or key bar. Unless their energy reaches the maximum level, their key gauge will change automatically over time through melee attacks and will stop charging once it reaches its maximum. Okay, so this is what I was hearing about Tenkaichi. Now, listen, bro, shut up. So I played Tenkaichi when I was like very young. Like your boy is 24. Tenkaichi dropped on like 17 years ago. Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So unless you're older, you're not gonna have that much experience with these characters. But I remember hearing about androids, talking to my friends who are a little bit older and who have played this game, how their playstyle is uniquely different. So this is what it seems like, what they meant by that. Them not having to like charge your key, I'm guessing. Oh, so it just charges over time. Okay, so that's what it just means. It charges over time. And let me finish reading before I start giving my opinion. To incorporate this into your strategy. To incorporate this into your strategy, continuously strike and rush count. To incorporate this into your strategy, your boy can't read. I just gotta be honest, your boy can't read. To incorporate this into your strategy, continuously strike with rush combos, giving your opponent no chance to charge his ki. Some androids even have the ability to absorb ki blasts and certain blast attacks during super perception. Now I'm wondering if that's a mechanic or something only special for them. Will charge their gauge much faster. Okay. The characters that automatically charge to the maximum are Android 13, 16, 17, and 18. On the other hand, Android 19 and Dr. Jarrell can charge more ki by landing melee attacks, and furthermore, they can absorb the opponent's ki blast and some types of ki wave blasts. Okay, that's cool. At least they gave us a list. I think Android playstyles are going to definitely be unique, and because of that, you're probably not going to see as much characters. Now, androids are looking to be the most balanced class. They don't seem to have any like. They actually might be one of the weaker classes too, or playstyles, I should say, because of the whole not being able to charge your key mechanic. But this is one of those playstyles we're going to definitely see way more of on launch to give a full opinion on. All right, moving on to the unique look category. What do they mean by this? Try characters with unique looks and distinctions and sparking zero. Faithfully reproduce some features of the series, whether it's accessories, ability, or cosmetics that may or may not affect the character's gameplay. Okay, so just random, I guess, just equipment on characters. And I guess sword is going to be one of them. Sword's playstyle, okay. So for sword, you can enjoy multiple ways and fighting styles in Dragon Ball Sword. As a sword, fighting is one of them. Iconic swordsmen from the series will use their sword in a lot of combos, rush and blast to faithfully recreate their famous moves. There are also characters who use their sword to launch energy blasts that pierce through guards with a smash energy blast. That's not too worrisome. So I'm guessing characters under the unique look category are going to have a little bit of leeway on which way they go. You know, they might be more ki blast, strength oriented, speed oriented, but it's going to kind of like vary. It's not going to be so much like directly just one type of playstyle. So characters like Trunk are going to look, they're going to be their own special little category, which I think is pretty cool. All right, after this one, it seems like we're moving away from the playstyles and we're just getting into like other battle mechanics. So it looks like the sword playstyle is the last playstyle so far we have a look at. I'm pretty sure what it means unique look, it will be also having characters in this category such as like Janemba and other sword characters, which is cool. I looked over Sword Aura, I looked over Super Aura and Scouter. Nothing really too deep into playstyles, but besides the Scouter, I don't think this is going to really affect playstyle, but it gives you an extra search radius in case you lose someone, which I think is pretty cool because I've heard gameplay of people losing people in buildings on some of these maps. So that might be a little cool thing, might be a cool little feature. But overall, all the playstyles kind of looked really balanced. I'm kind of really excited. Nothing seems to be taking over a huge edge. But if I'm gonna like guess which playstyle is gonna be probably more dominant and probably have the most wins or like, you know, the best characters on, I feel like strength, those combos, being able to, those like up close combos, being able to do more damage, the key blast being stronger too. Like, yeah, catching up to people is gonna be a little bit of a drag, but I feel like you're good enough. Catching up to people will be like the last thing you're worrying about. So I feel like strength category is gonna kind of take it at the end of the day. But that's just my opinion and a little prediction. But with that being said, you guys let me know down in the comments below if you think there's gonna be any other crazy playstyles. And you know, the key blast playstyle might pop up, might be annoying, might be spammable. The speed style might be pretty unique too. But overall, I think I don't think they're gonna be too crazy with these little playstyles. But that being said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and you have a good rest of your day.